Hello everyone, this is Mike Amiss, and this is my video on evolution and religion. Okay, well, mainly fundamentalist Christianity. Sorry, I still have my cold, so you get to enjoy my wonderful grainy voice and the trouble I have properly enunciating and thinking. So, here we go. Basically, religion as a whole, especially fundamentalist Christianity, sees evolution as a threat and enjoys removing any credibility toward the scientific processes that are used to prove the existence and the processes of evolution. Now, what's interesting is that fundamentalist Christians are literalists of the Bible, so they believe every word that is written inside of it, and they believe God to be omnipotent and omniscient. But they don't believe that he would use a process such as evolution to create everything that we have and create a universe that is self-sufficient, though it may not be efficient in their eyes, and though they may view it as connecting us to the animal kingdom and such, and maybe even degrading our status in the world as the superior creatures. What's interesting about this whole thing, though, is doesn't evolution, I guess, make God seem more powerful and more knowledgeable than simply poof, 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 everything exists now, bam, have a nice day, 6,000 years later I'm going to send my son back, and then you'll all be caught up in the rapture if you're part of the Westboro Baptist Church. Sorry, everyone else, every 10 billion people that have existed on the earth for the last 6,000 years. Sorry, you don't get to be saved. Only a couple hundred people that are a part of a certain church. You see, I believe that if God is truly a powerful entity, why wouldn't he use such a beautiful process as evolution? Now, this makes sense to me. Why, if you were any human creation is self-sufficient, and to a certain extent, when we create a computer, we have it automatically completing all these tasks in the background, so that all we get is the end result, and it can handle everything else itself. Why would God create a universe that he has to manipulate and constantly be pulling levers and pushing buttons and pulling knobs and throwing lightning bolts? It just doesn't make sense. That's just a silly belief structure and a very simple-minded view of how things are. Evolution is real. You can't deny it. There's too many scientific processes, too many proofs. I mean, for instance, chromosome 2. You can't deny that our current bodies came from a common ancestor with the gorilla, orangutan, chimpanzee. You can't deny it. That chromosome is proof. Every aspect of it. So, as far as it goes, fundamentalist Christianity, you need to open your minds, or else you're just going to keep going down a path of ignorance and breeding hatred until you're to a point where you will basically have to give up your entire belief structure, or destroy, or have yourselves destroyed through your militant ways of enforcing your belief structures. I mean, really, fundamentalist Christianity is really just becoming a laughingstock. You're not followers of Christ. In no ways do you practice what you preach. Christ in the New Testament taught love, forgiveness, kindness, humility, not to judge each other because you don't understand the situation that each individual is in and why they're in that situation. Not to condemn each other. That's a pretty big part right there. Christ says, do not condemn lest ye shall be condemned. And yet, what is the number one thing you see going on? Condemning. And not just that, but ideologies, new discoveries, evolution, for instance. I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, how can you deny it? just look at the evidence. You can't deny it. Well, unless you just prefer a life of ignorance. So tolerance needs to be brought about here. And as far as I can tell, the people that are attracted to this plague that is wreaking havoc on the United States of America are closed-minded individuals. You need to open your minds to evolution because it's very feasible. Some evidence that I have for you Bible literalists is that supports evolution is look at the Torah. It says periods. It doesn't say days. You guys like to cling to that. In Abraham 4, it says time. If you look at several other ancient records of creation, doesn't mention days. I'll tell you right now where that came about. Somebody along the lines said, periods, time, that doesn't sound dramatic enough. Let's put in days. That's how it happened. Somebody along the lines did it, because you can't look at an original document saying one thing or not saying anything in regard to days, and then look at a later document and say that no change was made. It just is not logical. So bam, put in 6 days. Wow, dramatic. God made the world in 6 days. I think this was a discredit to God and His creation. Maybe even marginal blasphemy. Now you can't use the Bible as a biological record. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry. So you need to really think long and hard about what you're really saying. Are you saying that your God is incapable, or God is incapable of creating man as we are now through a process that is self-motivated? There you go. It's if you're saying that, then He's not omnipotent. Really isn't. And my personal beliefs, there is a specific purpose to evolution's existence, and that is to allow God to refrain from having any evidence of His existence, because we are here to be outside of His existence, to exercise our free will in ways that we see fit to continue to learn and grow in a finite and impotent existence. And so what better way to make that appear that God doesn't exist than to create a natural process that can be explained through science and proven fact. Just makes sense. Anything else is just silly. You need to look at the facts, reevaluate your belief structure, question your clergy, see how loving and kind and tolerant they are when you tell them that you are giving evolution some serious thought. See how Christ-like they are then. That's pretty much it. This is Michaemus calling it quits. It's real late, 2 o'clock, so I'm ready for bed. I hope you guys get some information out of this. This is kind of a little rant and a little bit of information I wanted to put out there. So you guys have a great night or day, and look forward to hearing any replies you have.